Okay. All right. We'll go to like a small list, just a couple of things that have come up in the past few days. Greetings. Thank you all for tuning in to Nerds and Noise. My name is SC. This is Kevin over here.
Okay.
And let's talk about shows that I know that none of us watch. The Gifted. Have you watched it?
No.
Oh,
wait, no. Okay, sorry, I blanked out for a second. The X-Men spinoff.
Yes.
First 2 episodes. I thought it was enjoyable from what I've seen, but however, a show can take a very large downturn after a couple shows. I hear it's decent though. It got renewed, didn't it?
Yeah, like it's. I just saw a picture today, and we'll put this up of. Looks like they got Polaris got her. This is a big deal. She got her headgear. So that's.
Oh wow, yeah. There's
something like
Yeah, that's more than a lot of the movies do.
I know. Yeah, the Scarlet Witch still can't get her. I mean, I've seen, and so some of the concept art, they tried to create a version of her costume where they had the headgear.
That's a hard one to do, but honestly, making a headband would have made sense.
Yeah, maybe it'll work better for this show. I haven't watched The Gifted, so it's X-Men light. It's X-Men.
Yeah, it's based mostly around the kids they cribbed from. Their backstory in the comics does not matter at all. They're like so tangent. They just used the name and the idea they were twins.
We've got so we have like sea level.
They're like related to Baron Strucker or something in the comics. And this one, they're just 2 mutant twin kids.
Okay.
They're trying to survive from the usual overbearing "we need to stop you" government.
All right, yeah. It seemed like the comic book show on TV that was also there. When you've got Gotham, you have all the CW stuff going on. You have the Netflix shows going on. You have what's the other X-Men show on FX? It's like
Legion, yeah.
Yeah, you have all these bigger, and then Gifted just kind of like, sitting there.
It's weird we've come to a point where Legion is big, where it's where you have to spend like an hour explaining who he is to someone.
Yeah, like, it was just, I guess it was different. I think Legion is still on TV too. It's What Is That Time to Be Alive? I remember in the, what was it, the late 90s, what was the X-Men show that was on TV? It was, I think it had Jubilee in it. It was
Generation X. That was actually just a pilot movie.
Oh,
they tried to make it a series, and then they're like, "Well, here you go," which is what happens with a lot of those kind of things. Like,
is that what the Justice League was?
Yeah.
Talk about
the Atlantis 2.
Atlantis.
Milo's Return.
Oh yeah,
that was going to be a TV show.
Oh, and nobody cared. Oh no, I remember Milo's Return. I mean, I never actually saw it, but I remember it coming out. Man,
it was going to be developed by the Gargoyles people.
Oh, that probably would have been beautiful then.
Yeah, the art was rough.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was fun, but it's definitely nowhere near the quality of the first one.
And
then the movie.
Now we're on the subject of Disney. Disney finally named their streaming service. It's called Disney Plus, and we were kind of laughing about that. I mean, what's in the name? People know that it sounds like an upgrade. You were talking about how it sounds like an upgrade you get at one of the parks.
Yeah. It sounds like you go from like Disney Standard to Disney Gold to Disney Plus.
Yes. There's PlayStation Plus. There's several.
It's the new buzzword to throw around.
Yeah, I wonder how long it took them to. Because there's one that possibly leaked, a few weeks ago. Disney Play? Is that what they were talking about? I think it might have been Play.
And it could also have been because I remember it could have been a placeholder name.
Yeah,
because for the Wii was the Nintendo Revolution, and it was like, what's its actual name? The Wii. Sure, it's not the Revolution.
Well, they have their logo, and so we'll put up here. It's just the Disney, and then the little shooting star that kind of goes over, it turns into a plus symbol.
There's simple, and then there's just you're not even trying. That's like an upside down Amazon. It's a frown. It goes from just being the shooting star to just a frown with a plus sign at the end.
The funny thing is, Disney frown would make a more interesting.
Yeah.
The dark frown whenever they take whenever they put it back in the vault.
That's a lot of things that people like to do to make it more intriguing. Is like put Disney in a darker turn. What's that weird thriller that's Escape from Tomorrowland or something like that? where it's all done in black and white. I would see it at the store we used to work at. And it was like this guy that was kind of trying to survive the mundane weirdity of taking his family to this. It's not Disneyland, but it's well, no, they never say what it is.
But it's
I still need to watch
meant
it.
to be
Disneyland, yeah.
Man, I gotta check that out because that sounds awesome. At least different. Our Mickey Mouse overlords will gladly take those checks. By the way, speaking of Disney Plus, so they've confirmed the Tom Hiddleston Loki series. Like Disney is definitely saying, we've got the money. You're going to get our series, even if we don't see like returns for another few years. We can totally. Aladdin alone next year is probably going to end up, paying for all of this, and so this has been confirmed, although unconfirmed, but going to happen has been the.
It's going to happen.
But also for Star Wars, because they have the Mandalorian coming out, and that's going to be a big budget series. They have the Scarlet Witch series, which they said is also going to have. Paul Bettany is supposed to be in that show. They have
in the Mandalorian series.
Oh no, sorry. No, Paul Bettany will be in the
Scarlet Witch
series.
I was about to say, it's like, man, getting some work, but honestly, that doesn't mean he can't. That was one of the things we didn't think about Cable. Is like we didn't think.
Well, he was in Solo. Paul Bettany was. Paul Bettany was the bad guy in Solo, like the lower level gangster. So maybe he could show up in the Mandalorian, depending on when the Mandalorian takes place.
Or just do a Marty McFly, dad or son. I look exactly like my grandfather.
Well, what they did in Spider-Man: Homecoming, where the principal was like.
The principal was the grandson of one of the Howling Commandos, and he looks exactly like him.
Yes. Well, another one of those shows that they announced was, for all you Rogue One fans out there, which I am, because Rogue One was pretty dope. Diego Luna is getting his own series based off of his character. What was his character's name?
Nice.
Cassian Andor. Because it's nice because I liked the characters in Rogue One, and it was a shame that, spoilers if you haven't seen Rogue One, the movie ends letting you know that you're not going to spend time with these characters anymore. As
much as I still haven't seen it, but they get the plans for the Death Star. I didn't have a lot of hope for them.
They were.
I wonder where they went.
Yeah, they were doomed from the beginning. But this is going to be a prequel to that. You get to know this character more. K2SO, the droid character played by
Alan
Tudyk. So I'm guessing.
Oh, I'm always down for some Alan Tudyk.
Yes, I'm hoping, praying. They have to definitely, because they seem like they were buddies, and he would definitely be a cool offset too. Because Cassian, at least in the movie, was a bit more serious, and so you have that character, you have the comic relief, but. Disney's putting down the money, and that's really cool because you didn't think that you get to spend more time with these characters, and Disney's like, no, we got you. There's too much money to be made. Man, Venom right now is on track to possibly beat Justice League's worldwide. Yes.
I mean, more power to anyone who enjoys the Venom movie, but that's so sad. We get the A game from DC Comics, and Venom's like, nope. I'm going to use my 90s awesomeness and just wipe the floor with you.
It's true. Maybe because you expect so much less of Venom that your expectations are so...
Yeah, I guess that kind of worked in their favor. They set their bar already high by just how well known these characters are. Good movies they've done in the past, like the Christopher Reeve Superman and the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah, like Justice League should have been a buffet. Like for Venom, I know that I'm only getting like cake, like just cheap cake.
Yeah, and you got some Walmart cupcakes, and you enjoyed them. They were fun, but you knew you weren't going in for a steak dinner there.
There's nothing worse than going in for a steak dinner and then being given like Burger King.
I like this Burger King, but this isn't what I paid for.
Yes.